All right, what is up, everybody? Hey, I have it on good authority. Michigan is going in all in to make sure they get one of their absolute stars back. Coming back for his senior year. We're going to talk about who that is in just a second. We're also going to talk about how we flipped another recruit, this time an interior offensive lineman. I'm going to go into why I actually like offensive lineman recruits and defensive lineman recruits more than the big names on the outside. Yes, I love seeing if it's our next quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but you build through the trenches. So we're going to talk about that and all that good stuff. But recording with a new thing here, doing StreamYard. This is something me and my buddy Chris use for our Sports Talk Detroit channel. Let me know if you like this format a little bit more than the other one. I just found that it kept getting glitchy. So let me know if the quality is good or not, and what you're thinking on that. But let's have a conversation. This is what we're seeing. All right, this was on On3 Rivals, whatever you want to call it. And it says that the Michigan Wolverines have intel that they have significant resources secured to entice Justice Haynes to return. Now, originally the thought was always that Justice Haynes was going to come play his junior year, especially after he got hurt. It was all but a foregone conclusion that he was going to jump to the NFL. Well, Michigan is working with the NIL to give him more money. It also talks in this article about how they're doing the same thing to make sure that our number 2 running back, Jordan Marshall, is also adequately paid as well. But it was all but a foregone conclusion. According to sources close to the situation, and I'll throw this back up here. All right. According to sources close to the situation, Michigan has significant resources to entice Haynes to return to Ann Arbor for his senior season. A decision has yet to be made, at least not one that anyone we speak to is aware, but the NIL package presented to Haynes is certainly significant for him to mull it over. Now, he's probably going to talk to the draft representatives. He's going to talk about, hey, where am I going to go? Is it going to be a second round? Is it a first? Is it a third? Is it a day 3 pick, rounds 4 through 7? Like, what does that look like? No dollar amounts outside of private conversations between Haynes and those in NIL circles, but it is believed that he would be offered a package that could make him one of, if not the highest paid running backs in college football next season. This is the world we live in now, folks. Whether you like it or not, this is the world we now live in, where we have to pay players. Now, you have to be very careful in NIL not to reward just performance. That's not what it's supposed to be about. It's name, image, and likeness. It is not a contract for how well you play. All right. It's also unknown if Haynes' latest NIL collaboration with SeatGeek is part of the new deal he was offered. But the post kickstarted the discussion of what he's been presented with behind the scenes. This is interesting because if that was part of the deal, then you could be pretty confident that he's coming back. Because if it is part of that, then that's good. But if it's on his own, that's okay too. All right. So with all of that, that is important to note. All right. I'm also going to say this, though, and I think this is important. Don't forget that we have Savion Hyder coming in, who is the number 1 running back in the recruiting class. So if he doesn't, I think we're still okay. But here's what we have to remember and what's important. At Michigan and in college football, you need to have not 1, not 2, but 3 good running backs. I can think of 2 situations very quickly that this presented itself in. All right. USC, by the time we played them, they were already on their 3rd running back, and that's where they had to stay for the rest of the year because injuries happen. They do, especially at the running back position. How about Michigan? We were put in a position that even though we had what are arguably 2 of the best running backs in the country, when we were playing against our biggest rival in the most important game of the year, we were playing former walk-on running back Bryson Cusdahl out of Grand Rapids area. I forget exactly which school he went to, but it was right. I'm from the West Side too, so that's really cool, and I should know, right? But I'm blanking. I don't know if it was a Forest Hills. I don't know if he was a Grand Rapids Christian. I don't know what he was exactly, but like we went to him and he performed admirably, but you would like it to be a little bit more. So, yes, it would be great to have Justice Haynes back next year and Jordan Marshall and Savion Hyder. But if we can't have all three, I think we're going to be okay. We just need to make sure one of those other guys go. Okay. Now, I told you I was going to talk about some good news that we got on the recruiting trail as well. And here you can have it. All right. Michigan flips O-lineman Adrian Hamilton from Va Tech. And he says it's like a dream come true. This is very interesting to me because Va Tech just secured James Franklin, right? But it just shows that sometimes what Michigan has to offer is just different. Now, one of the things that we know about Vatech is that, it's in Death Valley or whatever it's called, the inner Sandman when you're coming in, like it has that crazy atmosphere. And you would think Vatech honestly presents itself as one of the best home atmospheres to play college football in. And it's a lot of fun. And I know we're a long way away from the glory days of the late 90s, early 2000s, right? And the kind of way that they played Beamer ball, right? Does anybody remember that? And he was a good coach. But Michigan is a whole different animal. And here's what he had to say, what Hamilton had to say. He said it's like a dream come true. Everybody says that, but listen to the difference here. All right. Michigan was my dream school. On my official visit, when I was on the field before the game, I just felt it. Then I watched the game, saw what the atmosphere was like, spent time with Coach Newsom after the game, and I knew I wanted to be at Michigan. All right. Here's what he continued to say. It was everything I thought it would be, even better. I had never been a part of an atmosphere like that. 113,000 people were there, and it was rocking. It was a tough loss, but seeing the game, hearing the crowd, and being there made me want to be part of Michigan. During the game, I was daydreaming about it, seeing myself on the field, being a Wolverine. It was awesome taking it in. He said he'll later get emotional about it. Now, this is a guy, he's a 3-star. In case you want to see more about him, he's a consensus 3-star. National 577, 52 interior offensive lineman. This is a good pickup. And you won't hear his name for 3 to 4 years. That's just the way it goes. That is the way it goes. And that is just fine. But he also was rated considerably higher by ESPN and Rivals than he was by 247. So the industry ranking is solidly on the 3-star, but all of them put him on the 3-star bubble. So just for clarity, all right, just for clarity on this, I'm trying to find the right one. If you look over here on the left side, in the last 3 days, okay, in the last 3 days after losing to, I'm not going to say it, we have picked up a commitment from Jamarian Vincent. Sorry, a flip from Vincent. We have picked up a commitment from Ricardo Kitchen out of Muskegon, that's in Michigan, and then right down the road from where I live. And then we have flipped Adrian Hamilton. 2 4-stars and a 3-star. Also, that bumps up our overall recruiting class, I believe, from number 12 to number 11. Hot after the tails of a loss. I continue to be absolutely amazed at how little a loss actually affects. I mean, if you do enough of them, it will, but how little a loss or even a subpar 2 seasons that we've had affects recruiting. We're still getting top 10 classes. Remarkable. All right. Lots of talent coming in. Hopefully we can retain Justice Haynes. If we can retain some of these guys, and we're not seeing a lot of guys enter the portal here in these upcoming weeks, and we're getting these 15 bowl practices in, man, oh man, this could be a hugely talented team going into next year. Start getting excited, and we'll find out if Sherrone Moore has any coaching chops, because he is going to have one of the most talented teams in the country. I truly believe that if we can keep it. We'll keep you posted on here on whether or not we're continuing to have one of the most talented teams, but we'll see how the portal goes. We'll see who we keep. Do we end up negative plus or minus? But we have a ton of young guys with a ton of talent. All right. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Leave a comment as well. Peace.